Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail.
Now, you're no doubt aware of our passion for train travel if you've been watching any of our recent videos, but our primary passion really is walking. Both are relatable, they both are means of slow travel, but both allow you to see the world at a very slow, intimate pace. Walking is just that much slower, that much more intimate way of experiencing the world.
This walk is an example of just that. David and I are taking a hike in Spruce Woods Provincial Park in Manitoba, and it's a gorgeous June summer day.
Yeah, this is the Epinette Creek Trail system, and we're just walking a couple of the trails right now just to get a feel for it. A beautiful walk, though, for sure. Now, I'll just mention something that you've probably already noticed, and that's that our lips are not syncing at all between what you see on the screen and what we're talking right now. And that's because we had a little bit of an audio problem as we were doing this video. So we're having to do a voiceover here in the Travel Intently World Headquarters back in Winnipeg. So why do we walk?
Well, I think it's something that comes naturally to people. If they're able to walk, that there is no physical barrier to that. It is the default way of mobilizing yourself. We love walking, and it's something that we independently liked before we met one another. We both were avid walkers, and that was something that brought us together way back in 1986 when we met each other at our workplace.
That's for sure. We were both walking at that point in time. We had twin passions. One was walking, and the other was, architecture. Gail was a student of architectural history, and I was an architect working for the office, actually. So the combination of those two things sort of got us going, and really we've been walking ever since then. Now, we have been walking throughout our working life, which was over 30 years in total.
That's right. We live in a near suburb to downtown Winnipeg, and we both worked downtown. And so we were able to walk to and from work together every day, regardless of weather. And it was really non-negotiable. Not that we didn't want to walk. We would take glee in passing traffic that was backed up on those inclement snowy days or even rainy days.
Yeah, and that's both ways too, walking to work and then walking home after work as well. And it was a great, a great way to start the day. And at the end of the day, also, it's a good stress reliever to do what amounted to about a 45, 50-minute walk.
There's something about walking where the average pace for a human being is the same as kind of a thought process. And I think this is why you are contemplative when you walk, why you sometimes take a walk when you're stuck. And there's lots and lots of literature on this dating back to philosophers from hundreds of years ago, actually thousands of years ago, talking about the value of walking and thinking.
Yeah, and I think walking at a walking pace, you get to experience the world on pretty much a one-to-one basis. Every footstep is a new experience. You can look around you, you can see, it might be walking through a forest, it might be just the arrangement of trees, it might be the wildflower on the ground, it might be bird song, for example, all sorts of different things that you notice on an intimate basis.
So I don't think that it's really a coincidence that after we both retired, we started doing our long pilgrimage or long distance walks that take on hundreds of kilometers, sometimes in excess of 1,000 kilometers each stint. And the thing about walking through lands that you've never seen before is that you kind of claim some kind of piece of it by virtue of having left your footprints along the trail.
And I think that our gateway drug in that respect, in terms of long distance walks or pilgrimages, was the Camino Frances, or you commonly refer to it as the Camino de Santiago, but the stretch that goes between Saint-Pied-de-Port in France to Santiago in Spain. And then beyond that, we even went to Finisterre and to Murcia which is beyond that. In total, 1,000-kilometer walk. And I would say that our lifetime of walking served us well. We basically lapped up the 1,000 kilometers with ease. It was a very pleasurable kind of walk.
Now that's interesting though, because we've now been doing this since 2012. And as the years have gone by, it is a way of measuring maybe the aging process a bit. We still can do it, but you feel more tired at the end of the day. You get a little bit stiffer. Our cardiovascular systems have been good, but sometimes we're more prone to injury. So, it is a way of being a marker to the march of life.
That's for sure. When we started our first long distance walk on the Camino, that was 2012, and we were relatively late middle age, I guess you'd say. And now we're walked, I don't know, how many walks have we done, long distance walks?
I'd have to sit down and calculate it, but there have been, over half a dozen.
Yeah.
And, even incorporating walking in our daily lives, we walk, as you might know from our videos, to Costco or to the grocery store. That's habitual. We've also tried to plan our professional services in such a way that we can walk to the dentist, we can walk to the doctor, physiotherapist, that type of thing.
That's right. We consciously try to pick these services so that they're within walking distance wherever possible. And it's worked out pretty well, so we always have a good excuse for a walk wherever it might happen to be. Now we're a number of years later on, I guess you'd say, and
Yes.
Gail's in her late 60s and I'm in my early 70s at this stage. Yet we still do it. We are not giving up the ghost. We continue to do our walks. In fact, this little hike is in part of our training for our next long distance walk, which will be the Minchuko Coastal Trail, also known as the MCT, in northeastern Japan. And we're going to be doing that in the fall time.
You may know that Winnipeg, where we are from, is as flat as a pancake. One of the benefits of coming here to Spruce Woods is that it is hilly, and there's even a lot of sand deposits here, which kind of make it a little bit tougher. Japan, we know from past walks there, it's a very mountainous country, and we need to get some training in.
That's right. So Gail and I hope you enjoyed this prelude to the much longer walk that's going to be coming up in a couple of months. In the meantime, you're going to be seeing some videos to do with the planning of that trip, other walks that we're doing locally and in the province of Manitoba, just preparing for that walk and just enjoying the whole art of walking as well as some equipment reviews and things like that will do with the kind of equipment and planning that goes into preparing for a long distance walk.
This in part is in response to your requests for that kind of information from us. You know that we enjoy your comments, so please, if there are things you'd like us to cover, or please tell us about your experiences on long distance walks, local walks, your tips for equipment, and that's really, really welcome to us. And we know that the other people who join us on Travel Intently would also like to know that information.
And as usual, if you did like this video, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe if you would like to hear more of our adventures down the road.
And always thank you again for your support.